exploração, correndo. Começando nossa Konlive de sabadão no Genshinverso. Tá aí nossa Jogatina falando. Vendo, gente, que beleza, hein? Ao vivo, tá aí. Sua tela. Belezinha. Os cardzinhos da vez. Bora lá, começar nosso Genshinzinho. Genshinzinho de sabadão. Tudo ok, beleza. Então vamos lá. Devagarzinho aqui. Nossa Deona Dionísia, que belezinha. Então vamos lá. Começando aqui o nosso Genshinzinho. Tudo ok.
Add Astra.
O Genshinzinho ganhou o prêmio, tá dando uma geminha, que beleza. Bom. Vamos lá. Ok, aqui começando nossa jogatina. É sabadão, no nosso Genshinverso. As diarinhas, né? Como sempre, né? Bora lá. Começando devagarzinho aqui. Konlive. Sabadão no Genshinverso. Que beleza. Vamos lá. Vamos brincar um pouquinho. Diárias são legais. Pegou já, Alex, que beleza, hein? Aí sim, meu filho. Pegou 3T. Eita, isso aí não é tão bom. Não é tão bom, mas tá bom. Bom, meu filho. Boa noite. Boa noite, Alex. Estamos aí, meu filho. Deu azar. Deu 3T. Ah, 3T do 7, né? Tá certo. Foi, meu filho. Boa noite, estamos aí. Nosso Genshinverso. Honkai verso depois no finalzinho. Dá tempo, obviamente, né? Lá, a Diana falou. Let's go.
More speed. Think you can bully me? Let's go.
Ah, arminha aí. Isso aí, meu filho. Que beleza, hein? Isso aí, meu filho. Começar a live, já Konsennin já garantiu a nova personagem do banner aqui do Genshin também. Já conseguimos a nova personagem. Cadê ela? Olha ela aí. Que belezinha. Faruzan. Se juntando ao nosso Genshinverso, hein? Que beleza, hein? Olha ela aí. 10 tirinhos, saiu. Que beleza. Nem gastamos muito tiro. Nossa sorte para o no Genshin tem, nos Honkai não. Não, é brincadeira. Mano, o Genshin já tá aqui já. 10 tiros, sai o Faruzan já. Gostei da jogabilidade dela. Achei legalzinho. Oh, novíssima. Tem que upar agora, né? Mas, por enquanto, não. Vamos lá. Vai atirar, você tira. Você tem um Honkaizinho.
More speed.
Honkaizinho. Honkaizinho, Genshinzinho. Aqui no Genshin a gente tá ganhando as geminhas aí da premiação. Achei legal, hein? O Genshin ganhou o prêmio, né? Na voz do povo. Já estão dando 200 geminhas por dia. Ah, é verdade, né? Você tava aí vendo. 2 Mei no tiro, né? Acontece uma vez na vida, né? Tá bom, tá bom. Aí, Alex. Estamos aí, meu filho. Agora de divertir, né? Mas sempre igual, assim. Agora de diversão. Meizinhas. Vamos lá. Vamos lá aqui. Eu acho que tem um pouquinho de modo história do Genshinzinho também. Ano passado a gente já fez. Hoje nós vamos fazer mais um pouco também. Aí, meu filho. Aí você pode. Ok. Depois o monstrinho. Monstrinho. Que beleza. Vamos voltar lá.
Time to scout.
Genshinzinho tá dando geminha, hein? Honkai não ganha prêmio, infelizmente. Vai ganhar gemas extras. Genshinzinho tá ganhando 200 por dia. Ele ganhou o prêmio lá do Voz do Povo.
More speed.
É bom, né? Deixa eu falar aí, beleza. Não. É isso aí. Nossa, é verdade, hein? Bom que tem os abismos, né? Você já pega full abismo, full Elísia, né? Então já dá bastante já, né? Quase, né? Quase isso, né? Dá uns 500 de cristal no abismo lá? Que você faz? Acho que é, né? Mais ou menos. E no Elísia também? Ou não? Quantos que dá de cristal que você faz lá? Semanal lá. Semanal não, né? O Honkai é 3 em 3 dias, né? O abismo, basicamente. Uma coisa parecida com isso. Mais ou menos isso? Mais ou menos. Ui, o buraco. Ih, a minha lá. Mas é 3 em 3 dias, não é? O abismo, né? Isso. 20 dias dá pra pegar bastante. 20 dias. Segunda e sexta, né? Ah, 2 vezes por semana. 2 vezes por semana. Aí, sim. Toda segunda, né? Ah, eles é exato, né? Aí, sim, é.
Beg for mercy.
Mensal humilde. Isso não, a mensal ajuda, né? No Genshin Impact também. No Genshin a gente pega o famosa benção, né? No Genshin, no Honkai acho que é benção também, né? Acho que não deve ser. Não sei como é o nome, né? Benção ajuda pra caramba, cara. Benção ajuda. É verdade.
More speed.
Um Honkaizinho. Isso aí, garotinho. Tem que ir, tá bom. De vez em quando você pega o passe também, não pega? Passe de batalha? O Genshin eu pego de vez em quando o passe aqui, né? Passe de batalha. Ajuda mais um pouco, né? Ajuda um pouco o passe, né, de batalha de vez em quando, né? Olha os bichinhos.
Illusion shattered. Shred till I'm dead. More speed.
Peraí, deixa eu pegar no fogo.
Crush.
Ah, aí sim, é verdade. Quando é útil, vamos dizer assim. Né? Uhum. Sim. Verdade. Genshin pega vez sim, vez não. Isso aí. Aí você compra. Uhum. Inclusive a arma da personagem aqui é do passe. Né? Full arma do passe, ela. Já a arma tá no máximo dela, né? Essa aqui da chininha. Né? Olha lá. Agora, se eu for pegar o passe, tem que pegar outra arma, porque essa daqui já tem completa. Ah, aí sim, né? Legal, é. Chique. Ui.
I'm flying.
Tô voando. Na ficha é demais, né?
Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Aí, garotinhos. Aí.
Beg for mercy. Crush.
Peraí que já vão ver a mensagem. Peraí, deixa eu...
Beg for mercy.
Já vamos já. Verdade, né? Pior que eu gosto da Raven, mas só visual mesmo. Porque, não, concordo um pouquinho. Tem que concordar, viu? Tem que concordar. A Raven é só bonito visual. Verdade. Vamos lá, devagarzinho. Devagarzinho estamos aí. Honkaizinho, né? Joga Genshin e fala de Honkai. Tudo junto e misturado. Vamos lá fazer a historinha que tem que fazer para poder habilitar meu Store Mode pro trabalho? Vamos. Opa, passo subiu. Essas missões diárias. Vamos lá, se não chegou ninguém, então dá tempo pegar. A Raven é bonito. Nossa, aquela skin da Raven lá ficou feia, né? Poxa vida, hein? É a verdade, viu? Vão dar lá se a gente completar os paradinhos lá, né? Pô, parece uma mistureba de um monte de coisa, né? Gostei não. Esquisito, caramba. E aquela skin lá, hein? Olha, aquelas skins do Honkai de vez em quando, geralmente são bonitinhas, né? Aquela lá ficou esquisita, hein?
Add Astra at. Thank you for
Passe de batalha ainda não comprei, obviamente, né? Deve estar de graça. O passe, quer dizer, o passe tá normal. Passe de graça. Vamos lá, fazer a historinha que eu preciso para poder abrir o Store Mode. Isso. A missão tá me travando aqui. A do Kazuha, né? Então vamos abrir assim. Ah, tá na missão. Já tá aberto. Já sei. Cadê do Kazuha, meu filho? Não posso enquanto não terminar ela, né? A Serpatum. Então vamos lá. Capítulo aqui, Serpatum. Esse aqui, né?
Knights and
Vamos lá.
aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough.
É isso aí, gente. Joga de Genshin, fala de Honkai, tem importância, estamos tudo junto e misturado aqui. Vamos lá. Falando em mensais, é bom que dá pra acumular nesses mensais. Essas bênçãos também é acumulativa, graças a Deus. Imagina. Você pode acumular elas, né? Pode pegar várias
More
vezes.
speed.
Ah, fazer essa história pra destravar meu capítulo arcôntico travado? Vamos. Voltamos, gente. Nazuma. Quem disse que a gente não volta, Nazuma? Vamos lá. Vamos seguir a história aqui.
It's been a while since we first set foot on
Isso, faz um bom
Konlive.
tempo, hein? Faz tempo, né?
So many things have happened since then.
Então ficou legal, porque já fizemos ali.
We've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today?
Oh,
Huh? What's up?
carinha de malvada. Então, malvadinhos aqui.
Hey, what the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Ó, ser misterioso. Acabou.
So you don't have a vision after all. Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attack. No,
Ficou bravo aí, irmão.
even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
Oh.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
O samurai misterioso embora. Beleza.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him any, right? Paimon has a feeling, though.
Belezinha,
that
hoje é a história,
even if
gente.
this
De novo.
guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection?
Com Kazuha.
You mean beyond already knowing each other? Yeah, maybe a little. Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment.
Oh, Beidou. Vamos lá. Estamos na Zumba, gente, que beleza, hein? Pena de não volta aqui. Nossa, lá irritou. Lá do outro lado do mundo, né? Basicamente. Aí, gente. Aí. Historinha, tranquilamente. Acompanhando os acontecimentos aqui. Vamos ver aqui. Pegamos.
Hey! Hello?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this... If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this... Kazuya keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain.
Oh, so you still...
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hito... Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like
Beto
that,
super
it makes
forte.
sense. In
Já
that
4
case, Jim
estrelas.
found he was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been...
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unnecessary. Thank you!
Thank you.
Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo.
All right, then. I'll just stay here and...
Vamos lá. Começar nosso vai e vem. Vai e vem. Nossa, a comissão tá lá do outro lado. Ai. Querer nem a pé, né? Só pode. Onde é que é o bagulho? Aqui. É, que não abre as portas aqui, tem que ficar dando no loot pra entrar na casinha. Que coisa! Ai, ai. O cara mecânico de abrir porta só agora nesse mero, pô. Vamos falar. Ah, tá aqui. Estamos.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or the Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already... In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted, and we later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes in the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to...
This is a true honor. I am delighted. However, would I be correct?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, you will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara.
I sense some hesitation in your work. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating...
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so...
He's
To
a shut
some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaidahara really... Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaidahara Kazuha was using a delusion began.
But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion...
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements...
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with, but perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, then...
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought.
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well,
Yikes! We nearly forgot...
why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. Over time, these techniques came to... Those forms are quite different from the more practical...
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Oh.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. And...
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to...
Thank you. I must say, I am now very curious about this matter. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her. Then get.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Ok.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
É, vamos lá bater nele de novo.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
Saindo.
Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Noções ao Ryujin. Nossa, a gente volta aqui, hein? Beleza, hein? Tem gente na azul? Tem gente na azul. Obviamente, né? Ela, chupãozinha. As asinhas, ah, que belezinha. Vamos lá. Chegamos.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick. Do you know if anyone around here has?
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are all. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sangha.
Millions?
Pronto, já veio a...
Please, accept my
Gananciosa.
thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. Sorry, I got a little off topic, but I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any? The Tenryo Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some info.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But if anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault.
Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you, few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been. I am well aware of your talents. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured, or for the poor victim, this.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
Vamos lá.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man.
You flatter me. Truth.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand. Oh, actually, there was. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During time.
All right then. Recently, one of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Tok, two grown men going missing at the same time. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial.
Understood. Though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might.
Thank you, Ryuji.
Vamos.
Sounds good. All the best with your invest.
Essa... Informações ao tesouro. Ah, o ferreiro. É, tiozinho. Não, não é pra você dar a placa, minha filha. Placa, tiozinho.
Ah, if it.
You two.
Yes. The Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source. As an example, the Amenoma art. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called...
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between, for only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's...
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade.
You overestimate me. My actions are but let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some... We hope to assist with the investigation.
Ah, yes. My nephew. He didn't say a word before he left, but I've done what I can so far.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the...
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato. Yes. Strange, isn't it? If I had to guess, he's never been particularly interested in blade forging. He is extraordinarily talented in...
Truth be told, we have some information that you, based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya...
What? No, he is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal.
Is that...
Yes.
Okay.
If there's one thing I can say... But, with that said, I also cannot know what course of action he might be... Anyway, should you find him...
Don't worry. You have our word.
Vamos lá.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two... Let's pay a visit to the Nagato house.
Vamos para a casa de Nagato. Aí fica a casinha dele. Ah, tudo dentro da cidade, uma maravilha, né? Lá. Ó, voltando em Nazuma, hein? Que beleza. Chegamos.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe
Louco,
right
já
now.
não viemos cobrador. Seu Madruga.
My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find...
No. You misunderstand us. We are here to help with the...
Ah, I see.
Cobradores.
I thought the debt collect... I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some...
I'm afraid we don't have any... With this in mind...
For example, Paimon's...
That's a long... He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to... Everything was fine when we first got married.
Uh-oh. What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things. And even our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend... He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even
Gasta com
touch them.
coleção, que coisa.
Just
Carinho.
I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends... On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum.
Whoa.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's... You must understand, I never
coisa,
would
não?
have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if after I said those words, he froze and was silent. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
Ok.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found our... And I also don't know if he had actually come to... The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire.
I see. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato.
At first, I assumed they... But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce... I don't know. He just Perhaps he's too afraid to come home. Even though I'm still a little mad at him. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf...
Please don't get upset. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his hold, but the information we gathered from the other side...
A little confusing.
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured,
Okay.
we'll notify you.
Thank you so much.
Vamos lá procurar o tiozinho desaparecido.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation... Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
That is the most likely conclusion based on everything we know. What started as a disagreement over the price, however, in this case, only one of the parties would have started the fire. If this is indeed what happened, one fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes.
Também quero.
Just
Onde está o
what could have
fulano?
happened there? Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but it is...
Não, Paimon, não foi dessa vez.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs.
Okay, but...
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance.
Sim, vamos lá. Mas é fora da cidade. Onde está ele? Ah, tá pertinho, que bom. Uma coisinha perto da outra. Muito bom. Cachorrinhozinha. É lá. Vamos. Chegamos.
Wait, I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those... As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent.
Tem uma raposinha ali. Tem tiozinho sentado.
There's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense it felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami, indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may... We should remain vigilant and approach...
Vamos lá. Não é pra você que eu ia. Não.
So it's an underground...
The force is definitely coming. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue it left, judging from the
Já para
concentration,
domínio, né?
I would have to conclude that the
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
So what should we do now?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look. If we don't open this door,
Open the door.
we'll move no closer to the... You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far...
Vamos lá.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't... It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse...
All we
Deixa
can
eu
do
papão no
now is
armazém,
keep
que
searching
belezinha.
in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source... Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go.
Vamos lá. Let's
If
go.
nothing else, it's vital that we find out. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you.
Siga. Oxi. Ah, tá. Fumacinha aqui. Um caminho para ser seguido. Lá. Vamos lá. Ah, deixou um rastro mesmo, literalmente. Cai na água. Cai na...
From this point, the trail appears to split into two.
As
The
partes.
main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly. Quite possibly.
Não, achei o seu... Verdade. Diga o cheiro pra encontrar.
Look at all those hilly churls. They're acting really strangely.
Tá vendo de churpa, irmão?
Something
Tá
seems to
doida?
be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Aqui, achei. Oh, que cheiro.
Bait for mercy. Feel the beat.
Think you can bully me?
Ok. Tá pegando fogo, bicho. Vem, pegando fogo.
Look at this red stuff.
Acabou isso.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is, well, let's take a look.
Tá certo. Me chamo, Nagato. Boa espada. Matou o cara. Cara, resumo. Tá. Pedir desculpas pra esposa, tá certo.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have
morreu o
attracted a
tiozinho,
horde of
que beleza, hein?
monsters. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important... If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk...
Vamos lá.
So let's get moving.
Vamos lá.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power. All the clues that at first seemed I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct...
Wait, you figured it out? So these two...
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. On
Ah,
with the
recuperar o
search.
fujão.
We must stay vigilant.
Esse perigo. Danadinha. Eu tenho que ir lá no meio do mar, né? Ih, qual é que não deu? Ô, linda. Nossa. Dionísio. Ô, Dionísio, pega, vem. Dionísia. Chegamos. Ah, chegamos em algum lugar.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special?
I'm not sure. But on closer... Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Ele é um tiozinho muito louco, é.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy. What's your problem, huh?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade
espadinha.
in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange... Whoa! Surely you don't mean...
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects. Then the blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years. Or rather, as a means to occupy Amenoma.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth. Many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be...
I presume it has something to do with the ride and go.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectation. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life, he not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade.
So, swords?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long... I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade.
Vai enfrentar já.
Prove
Pera
my
aí.
power.
So Amenoma Yuya was... Tell me, what happens to those you...
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but when they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in at long last. I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's Kaede Harakazu, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Now, give your body over to me!
Oh, dá seu corpinho, que beleza. Vou poder bater nele? Bom, né? Oh, pode usar, azul. Fica bem, né? Deixa eu usar aquele. Arranca.
There is no escape.
Let's go! Ei, Thiago, beleza? Boa noite! Seja bem-vindo!
Beg for mercy.
Let's go, let's go!
Not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Oh, que isso! Que belezinha!
No one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit. Even if you defeat me,
Tadinha malvada!
the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, by any means necessary and any medium available,
Tô aqui farmando pra Raiden? Aí sim, meu filho, manda bala aí, mano.
my destiny!
Manda bala pra nossa Shogunzinha.
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of each, but from your movements, I sense only hatred and
Isso aí, meu filho.
arrogance, as well as a
Shogunzinha
thinly
top, hein?
veiled mania and despair.
Really?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art can... Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express... If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate...
Are you trying to claim that I am
Então
helpless
isso a gente
without you?
toca a historinha aqui também.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. In that regard, why would I ever need your...
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are... Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense.
Oh, tá preso, coitado. Que coisa.
After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit
Puxa,
of never
suas
touching his
coleções.
collectibles.
Bom dessa missão que você ganha essa espada. Ah, aí sim,
Only
cara.
when Mr.
Que beleza, hein?
Nagato witnessed his wife's distress,
Eu deixei pra
he
trás
decided
tudo.
to sell his
Tô fazendo agora.
collectibles to give you final
Mas, valeuzão.
What of it?
E aí, Junior, beleza? Boa noite. Estamos aí também. Tocando história. Vamos tocar história? Vamos, né?
to my second point. You were determined
Já
to
que a gente deixou
fulfill your
acumular
maker's
bastante.
ambition, whatever the cost.
Já falou que dá pra ganhar
This
espadinha. Que
ambition
beleza,
is
hein?
too grand. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched, but the way I see it, what
Junior
began as
chegando
an
aí, meu
ambition,
filho.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from...
you returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this, even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
Deixei ela no 80. Oh, aí sim.
Sure, you
Eu tô bravo.
inherited the secrets of Ishinart.
Ele tá bravo
But
ali.
even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere... How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishinart when you act...
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my...
And you should
Isso.
face
Tá
reality.
tudo bravinho.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation.
Genshin Impact tem várias armas grátis. Grátis, é isso mesmo, verdade. Grátis.
It is pointless to argue further. Descendant.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not
Está
believe for a
obcecado.
second that you can challenge the
coisa.
almighty Shogun in your current state.
Grátis.
Surely you're not planning to
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose...
I accept.
do this, Kazuha!
Arriscado.
This is the only way to
Certo,
save
vamos lá.
Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests that the power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell
Ó,
prey
a
to
Suva
it.
vai empunhar a espada amaldiçoada.
Even so,
Even if things take a turn for the worse, we have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too.
Não é mal? Que coisa. Tá matando os outros não é mal. Beleza. Ah,
Take me in your
Oh.
hand.
que coisa. Soltou a espadinha. Ó, Kazuha possuído.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I
Fisgada, né?
expected.
É, eu tenho que upar ela. Tem a... Sei, ficar pescando, né? Uhum.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies.
Tem que continuar pescando pra upar, mas é a preguiça, né?
Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and if he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat.
Wait a minute.
Coisa.
Hyman remembers hearing about something from the adventure. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been
All right. Please lead the way.
Vamos lá.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet.
Não, vai vir um zumbizão atrás da
any
gente.
immediate danger.
Sure, this is a good idea. It's a pretty treacherous. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Careful, be careful. Vamos com ele, vamos lá. Vou olhar para trás antes do fim. Vamos lá. Aonde? Ah, minha gente. Como consegui, tem bastante missão pra fazer. Vamos fazer a missãozinha.
More speed.
Que é o legalzinho também, por que não? Essa espada você gostou? É isso. Beleza. Espadinha. Meu Deusinho, meu Deusinho. Espadinha. Tu gostaste da espadinha? Domínio, né? Como sempre, né? Tem que ter domínio. Tem que ter domínio, senão não vai, né? Ah, Nemo, não temos a Nemo, né? Vamos de... Deixa eu já bugou aqui. Tem isso.
Drat. You caught me.
Espada na Keking. Ah, sim. Keking. Aí, meu filho. Espadinha na Keking. Vamos lá. Fazer agora o domíniozinho. Falta o caso eu ter vindo, eu tenho que levar a mesma à toa, né? Deixa aqui. Ele veio. Que legal.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Virou teste de personagem de Kazuha. Que beleza, hein? Virou teste de personagem. Pegou esse Carmote ou Faruzan? Pegou o Faruzan. Peguei no comecinho da live. Taca fogo! Taca fogo, meu Deus. Aí.
I'm all right.
Gostei do Faruzan, achei legalzinho. Agora tinha 10 tiros, né? Daí rodamos e saiu o Faruzan.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, let's keep going.
Tá gostando de você, meu filho? Kazuha é legal, né? A jogabilidade dele é bacana. Bem. Vamos lá. Bauzito! Oh, Bauzito. Bauzito é bom, né? Sempre, né? Sim. 10 tirinhos, seu Faruzan. Chega mais, velho, meus amigos. Não, fugiu. No more. Combinho. Vai vir, bicho. Forte, não. Não é inscrito no canal? Que coisa! Thiago, beleza. Tranquilo. Mas valeu por acompanhar. Valeu por acompanhar. Oh, parece ficando. Tá ficando escuro. Escura? Isso.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away.
Entendi.
The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting,
oh, vai quebrar a arminha? Que
break
coisa.
apart at any...
What would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily.
Oh.
He's still trying to achieve his goal.
A tinha tá quebrando, hein? Espadinha. Um olhar. Não dropou o Bauzito? Não, né? Bauzito. Kazuha é legal, hein? Kazuha é... pra vocês. Ah, não dropou o Bauzito. Vamos lá. Inazuma, voltando em Inazuma, hein? Que beleza. Depois um. Cuidado! Eu vou testar o personagem do Kazu. Não é para trás. Joga no console ou no PC? PC.
Yes.
Tá no. Tô no
And it looks
PCzão.
like he's reached his limit.
Aqui os controles, né? Daí, por isso que parece que é videogame. Né?
Machine's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
true form.
Skate 4, aí sim, meu filho. Vários aqui que acompanham que jogam no PlayStation também. Acompanham um canalzinho que joga no PlayStation.
Is this the same blade as before?
Muito bom.
It looks like a piece
Sim.
of junk.
Ih, espada quebrada.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi.
Toda poderosa
Much
jogando.
less the
Nossa.
almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the
Qual personagem você
Shogun's
curte mais do
rank.
Genshinzinho?
It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of... I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then, but regrettably, we are
Entendi,
nothing
que
alike.
beleza.
I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty. The only one who truly understood you.
Here they are! Take them down!
Oh, chegou uns capanga aí.
Where do they keep coming?
Eles ficam saindo do buraco, minha filha. Vamos lá. King, aí sim, meu filho. Beleza, hein? Eu não acho que essa espada seja utilizável. Eu peguei a minha também esses dias, mas ainda nem mexi com ela. Pra falar a verdade.
Yup. We can help this time.
Aí sim.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Minha Eula. Eulazinha. Vai dar Eula. Estamos da Eula. Porrada, vamos lá. Aproveita do fogo, né? Como diz.
Wind Strider. Time to get as one with wind and cloud.
Ajudou muito nesse Genshinzinho aí. Sim, meu filho. Vai para trás. King.
Way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit.
Oh,
Though we
sim.
fought briefly
Beleza.
together. You have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. I
Beleza.
thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you,
Isso aí.
perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Usando a historinha do
Indeed.
Kazuha.
No matter how hard, too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and with yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue. Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not every. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Skill,
Aí.
blade, determination, and desire.
Genshinzinhos.
There is something else I must tell you. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yu. I feel a great sense of regret for you. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed. You have known
Sua
this for a long
ambição, tá
time.
certo?
It is the
He gave me everything. How could I possibly deny? I said to him, do not worry from here. How could I go back on my...
Aww.
Ó, peninha da espada, né?
I believe our bet is now settled.
Que coisa.
I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going,
Certo.
Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm.
Oh, ok. Vai com Kazuha. Pô, nenhuma. Nenhum mauzito. Vem, cara, beleza?
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported
Ah,
to a
bonzinho
slip of blades
Toma
lay
banho.
quietly on the bed.
Ai,
A newly
caramba.
forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively.
Wow. That was the blade's memory.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned he spent the rest of his life in the forge. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma. No matter, all he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith.
Vamos lá.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were...
Right. I believe the bladesmith
Bonzinho.
might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the... This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was
Tá com
losing its
69 tiros pra pegar Raiden? Aí sim, hein? Que beleza, hein? Tá no 50 sim ou no 50 não? Como é que tá aí as coisas?
Yes. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination.
A gente tá ganhando geminhas ainda, né?
While the world moved
Tá do
on,
prêmio do Genshin lá
his
da...
ambition remained stubbornly stuck
dos jogos,
at
né?
fleeting
Bits
moment at
32.
the dawn of his journey.
Isso
He
aí, meu
seems to
filho.
have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Pera aí, vamos pegar o baúzinho, calma. Calma. Aí. E... muito bom. Mais um, mais um. Mais nada. Isso aí. Tá com a espada.
When I look back at the past, I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between...
Quero pegar 50-50. Ah, tá no 50-50 então. Certo.
Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition,
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Vamos que
since we
vamos.
agreed to the terms of the bet,
Tá com 32 tiros rodados, 69 tiros guardados. É, eu acho que sim, acho que vai conseguir.
but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. So, may I ask
Tem
you
os
to help me
eventinhos, tem
fulfill the
geminhas pra pegar de
ambitions of
montão
myself
ainda.
and
Então,
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, my physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still...
His attitude has grown a lot.
quer Rutal
milder.
também? Ah, aí sim. Só agora Rutal, né?
What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. Alas, after that, nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble.
Rutal parece que vem, né? 3.4, né? Já saiu.
Never-ending journey.
Tá saindo, né? As gameplays, vazamentos aí do Al-Haitan e da Yao Yao, né? Você pegou o Scaramouche? Ah, aí sim, hein? Scaramouche eu peguei com 32 tiros. Ah.
You.
O Andari, né? O Andarilho.
I would like to request your hand
Scaramouche.
in...
Oh,
É em inglês, tá,
and
gente?
who would be the opponent?
Joga no inglês ou japonês, o Thiago? Qual dublagem que é aí na sua?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and...
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has
Bom.
the stamina and will to fight.
Vamos lá. Liberou o tiozinho.
I see. He used my body. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, I
Deu.
must, if a duel can help to set this state of affairs
Japonês.
in order,
Ah, mas eu acho que a maioria usa japonês, né? Eu que sou diferente, mano. Que coisa,
I
né?
do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
É. Ah, é. Eu assisti animes, né? Também assisto anime bastante também. Assistia, né, também. Não tô assistindo mais muito atualmente.
Thanks for your help.
Antigamente assistia mais, mas agora não tô assistindo tanto assim também.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here.
Mas Ronins.
In any case, for
Já
a
estou
final
acostumado
duel,
com
I
áudio
think we
japonês.
should
Aí
aim for a
sim.
greater
E fechou, né? Fechou essa parte aqui do coisa, né? Mais nada? Nenhum baúzinho perdido? Não, né? Ui, virou. Aí, meu filho. Saindo. Os animes. A gente assistia, mas era mais antigamente. Até que atualmente a gente não assiste muito tanto. Assim. Uma história, vamos lá. Pode sair, sai, pra você que precisar do seu, mas não precisa. Fala, John.
The hunt begins.
Falta Jonah. Inclusive vários dubladores, né, do Genshin fazem personagens famosos dos animes, né? Então é até legal até. Associar a voz, né? Os personagens. Foi legalzinho. Isso é bom demais. Chegamos, vamos ter duelo. Vamos ter nosso duelo aqui. Será? Carinho.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
A torneio.
We still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has it still. Even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for... Are you ready?
Estão prontos? Ó, só vamos assistir, né? Ou vamos ver.
Alright then. Successor of Ishin art. Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art. Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Porrada? Vamos lá. Ah, tem treta aí. Diz que ele não vai soltar raio. Obrigado. Diz que ele não vai soltar raio. Ah, tinha como me pegar aqui, mas não eu devia ter pegado. Que deve estar. Pra cá a jogabilidade do Kazuha é da hora mesmo, né, velho? Ah, eu não caí. Ah, tem um intruso aqui. Ah, fugiu. Aê, você não bloqueou. Ah, eu já entrou na Diona ainda. Que beleza.
Thank you for the experience.
Boa jogabilidade dele, né?
Appears battered and broken. In your hands, it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has
Tem um Elixir no fundo
completely
passando,
faded away.
né?
But that
Eita,
same
né?
sense of determination remains
Vou
strong.
apagar ele pirata passando. Ah, entrou dentro da água, tá afundando.
You also fought well.
Cara.
I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has
Tadinha
transpired.
boazinha, velho.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right
Pô, esse caranguejo eu vou pegar
on
ele.
your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
Mas pra tudo isso.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy success. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedahara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma soul.
Tearia Nossa,
Maybe we can go back there together.
vamos lá.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Pô, sério? Aí, peguei. Cadê o caranguejo fujão? Caranguejo fujão. Vamos lá. Pegamos.
It's Yuya!
Oh,
You have
dang.
returned!
I'm sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized
Sir.
Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency,
Oh, o outro
tells
sumido
me that they
apareceu, que
found the
beleza.
missing Mr. Naga.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded, and now that Yuya is back,
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
Controlar o Kazuha.
No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything. I have decided to let him.
Guess there's
Thank
Zona
you.
sua, meu filho.
I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us...
O Kazuha possuído agora.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything. You mean...
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish.
Aí sim.
Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind.
Novinho foda.
Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
Tá aí, beleza, hein?
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that, speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been... Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits...
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Oh, aí sim.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation, and it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Vamos lá.
Let's go.
fosse uns RPGs das antigas, o Kazuha ia entrar pro grupo agora. Ai, ai. Ah. Goleirão. Tá rindo. Lá. Eu acho que vai terminar a missãozinha. Acho, não sei. Oh. Pegamos.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed,
Muito bom.
the Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations. Learning...
I see.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths. So, were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and...
You misunderstand. That was most certainly...
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own...
Very well, I can understand. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogunate's assistance, please do not...
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the
E
seas with
Capitão
Captain
Beidou.
Beidou again for now.
Em Genshin, as 4 estrelas mandam no 5.
As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Oh, acabou.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a
Agora
million
sim.
more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else?
Os descidos.
As for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
Vamos encontrar Nahida. Então agora volta para os... Sumero. Lá. Lugarzinho. Com modo história, que beleza. Sigamos.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without... I want to write my essay on something interesting. And I'm...
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice.
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? But that's all the way in Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Great! Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna mystery is all about.
Tatarasuna. Capítulo interlúdio, Santuário Decrépito. Aí sim. Vamos lá. Fale com os estudiosos no caminho. Cadê os fulano?
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Nossa, que coincidência. Parecia.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started,
Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places.
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about
hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsu. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards...
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens?
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government record. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of...
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great...
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like...
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So, basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else...
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course.
Get to the point, for Pete's...
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the kabuki mono was not a human.
Ah, tá. Uma marionete. Marionete. Fair mode. Ah, tá.
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you...
Caralho, Paimon, espero que ela fique calada. Beleza.
Paimon just meant... how creepy. The way you just...
I agree. It does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected, and...
Oh, livro do tiozinho, que beleza, hein? Oh, escreveu bastante, hein? Nossa. É, bastante. Quando tiver mais tempo a gente vê.
draft as well.
A rua também. Tá cheio dos livros.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't... Oh! How about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue?
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've got some essays
Tese
to
para
guess
contos,
it.
cara. Light novel já sabemos, né?
Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to...
Good point. Okay.
Nossa, eles falam bastante aí. Então vamos lá.
Good luck with your essay.
All right, thank you.
Falou, tiozinhos. Falou, tiozinhos estranhos.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
É só balladeer, né?
Okay,
Scare mode.
Even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't. After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people, like if you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the... Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Já acabou? Acabou do Kazuha já? Acabou do Kazuha.
Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Sim, já acabei. Essa aqui é a história do Arconte, né? Missão do Kazuha já? E a missão Arconte, né? Precisava terminar do Kazuha pra abrir ela, né? Pegou a arma? Eu acho que não. Acho que era evento, não era pegar aquela arma lá? Deixa eu ver. Armas, armas. Ah, tá aqui, pegamos, verdade. Tá ela aqui. É isso aí, ó. Acho que pegou assim. Claridade da arte. Ixi, isso aí, ó. Pegamos a arma assim, ô Thiago. Aí sim, ó. Beleza, hein? Isso, essa mesmo. E a figura que acabou de passar. Vamos lá. Mandou hoje? Mensagem? Ah não, isso aqui não foi. Amiguinhos. Não temos amiguinhos hoje. Sim, conseguimos a arminha.
Just what will we come across this time?
Isso aí. Certinho, conseguimos a arminha. Uma adiantadinha na história aqui. Geralmente a gente faz 2 horinhas de live só. Bom, na rida.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough. You're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surastana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Batam nele, por favor.
It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumero would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mystery...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting
Ó,
cold feet.
provocaçãozinha.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please
Calma,
calm
calma.
down?
O Ascar Arma Última é difícil, verdade. Também acho.
Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
Sempre leva o golpinho dele lá na cabeça. Deixa eu enganar por ele.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal.
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That put plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second.
Certo.
Former? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore?
Oh, desertor. Desertor.
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Nossa,
Sometimes it's you using
sacanagem.
them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit...
Estou morrendo de pena, tadinho, velho.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So...
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends. So...
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right. Then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit. Yes. As I told you once before, there's... Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twins' details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since he was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era, even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take... So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more... Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! I understand. But sometimes, how things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it. Paimon's still worried about this idea. I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. In fact,
Destino, atualizações.
supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Bora, já? Ah, foi. Que coisa.
Wow.
Não, já estamos aqui.
Pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Oh, tá ali. Não para nem pular. Caramba.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Ermin's soul ahead of you.
Barriga, amiga, vai ser só babá. Eita, não.
Jailbird.
Presidiário.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about—
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Ermin's soul. Unlike anywhere else, Ermin's soul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides. But it is essential that you remain calm after entry.
No vai ser.
Let's call it truce. But only until—
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali. I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have—
Tá certo.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like—
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get— Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ugh, the
Tá, né?
snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Ermin's soul access granted. Initiating connection
Oi.
procedure.
Internet do Genshin. É,
Is this a small sapling?
brotinho. Vamos lá.
Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Move.
Wow. So this is the inside of Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything.
Ermin's soul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here, pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Pode reconhecer os que a gente
Why
não
is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he said?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart—
Can you still sense where the heart of Ermin's soul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay close.
Hey, so say we did go. What are you smirking?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe—
Certo, vamos lá. Oh, tem que ficar andando atrás da belezinha. Siga os Carmode. Só tem mais rápido. Vamos, corre, meu filho.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Ermin's soul. Be careful not to touch them.
Certo.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Vamos lá. Essa aventurinha com Scarmouch. Vamos.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. preparing to access cognitive currents. The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make...
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do. Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join. Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Eita, novo.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while. Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction?
Excepcional fazer bico, é louco. Ela faz tudo.
Mysteries for him to perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Faz tudo, escaramulte.
Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out... If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on... Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatara Suna's history is... Oh? How interesting. Those two managed... So the Gese got it right? Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatara Suna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think...
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So,
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Ermin's...
Wait! How did you know about that?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial... Huh?
Achou alguma coisa.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings.
Anonymous data.
That's anonymous.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act...
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well...
It's...
Whoa!
Oh, tô chute.
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's, you allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. Even now, You remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants.
You flatter me. From the outset.
So you say, Escher. But is this
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? And recently, as you well know, someone died. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand.
You're well informed on the
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job?
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an... I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death.
But what... Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't...
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Matou o tiozinho.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering.
You...
You're a little I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well. At least for the first few days. But it's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that, and yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense.
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger.
No, doctor.
Call me...
The Fatui? Who?
Just to create a minor
That's it. That's why you gave us your curse.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would...
If you give him my heart, he has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not a...
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, Mr. Niwa. Already dead.
Oh, doctor.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade.
Oh.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore.
Yeah, Dottore.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn it? But why did we see things from here?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind.
Maybe so, but it means...
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than...
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad.
I need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Vamos ficar no cantinho.
I'm still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind...
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand, so now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, it was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for. He took it. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a curse. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new...
Oh.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Pouco depois, a gente encosta na árvore, então ok.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world...
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Parece que sim.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Ué, ganha recompensinha? Recompensinha.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself.
Huh? done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
E aí, DK, beleza? Estamos aí, mano. Historinha. Boa noite. Curtindo as ferinhas? Folguinhas, né?
Give me your hand.
Vamos aqui nas revelações do Genshinzinho.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Não tô fazendo nada assim,
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can... So tell me, in this world, is it possible? Done.
Huh? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Fala pro Bruno que a zoeira que ele fez ali. Tá? Falo, não sei o que é, mas falo. Ok.
So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Ah, tá, entendi. Eita.
From this day forth, the
Melhoras aí então.
Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Entendi os nomes dos Karamouche. Kabukimono deixarão de
Those who
existir.
died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Balladeer, don't...
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be...
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared.
Balladeer.
We gotta find him.
Aí sim, melhorzinho tá bom. Vamos lá, precisamos encontrar ele. Carmel te dando o pé. Paimon ficou aí. Aí, meu filho.
He's really gone. Oh, can you hear me? Nihida! Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
Ela ri de tudo que
I
aconteceu.
didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or... Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here. We're running out of time.
Fazendo um pouquinho de história aqui. Também nós já vamos pro Honkaizinho, né? Oh, 2 horas já, caramba. Hoje foi bem, só foi historinha hoje. O tempo está acabando. Siga mais. Saia da emissão o mais rápido possível. Ok, saímos. Sim, meu filho. Se tiver continuação, a gente já para, porque já deu 2 horas. Lá no Honkaizinho só farmar o restinho já. Das coisas. Focado na história, coisa que eu devia fazer no Genshin. Não, é que a da Sumero é boa. A história de Sumero é boa. Na Azuma foi mais ou menos. A Sumero até que foi bacana. A gente tem até uma casa aqui, ó, que beleza. A casinha da gente. A conquista. Acabou aqui por enquanto. A gente vai parando o Genshinzinho por hoje. Na fase. A gente conseguiu pegar 4 estrelas novas. 4 estrelas novas? É aqui mesmo. Vamos ver como é que faz pra upar ela agora. Tá aí a nova 4 estrelas. Que belezinha, né? Tá aí. Bonitinha, né? Demorar. Vamos lá, mais. E que chefe que é? Oh, temos, que beleza. Ah, são os carinhas. Acendeu. Agora vem. Pegamos um tiro azulzinho, por farra, né? Como sempre, né? Agora vem a parte interessante. Ah, ela é a máquina lá, o triângulo. Tá certo. Ela tem que matar bastante o triângulo. Já dá até pra acender, já.
Oh, have you unlocked some kind?
Triângulo. Eu tenho que ir lá matar o triângulo um monte de vezes agora. Mais um chefe. Ok, daí eu vou chegar no 50. E é arqueira, né? Mas eu achei legal a arqueira, o jeito de jogar com ela. Achei interessante. De fato, a gente vai... Pô, nós pegamos agora há pouco, né? A instalação tem que subir de nível. Certo. Dá aquele tiro azulzinho? Vamos. Vamos dar o tiro azulzinho só por falar. E lá no Genshin, no Honkaizinho. Sim, vamos ver. Saiu Benedito. Só o DK que pega a arma só. É. Só o DK pega a arma. Benedito, constelação. Na constelação C5, ó. Ah, Benedito malvadinho. Aí, ó. Tá personagem ali embaixo? Vamos. Dá pra usar de suporte agora, né? Aí sim. Lá no Honkaizinho, que acabou aqui por enquanto. 2 horas? Não, 2 horas já. Que beleza. Deixa eu ver se já peguei tudo. Isso. É isso aí. Vamos lá. Brincar um pouquinho no Honkai. Pra farmar lá o que tem. E aí nós encerramos também. Tem nada? Ninguém mandou mensagem pra Konsennin hoje? Hoje não, né? Não, hoje não. Lá. Em 2 horas só de historinha, gente. Que beleza. Honkaizinho, Honkaizinho. Ok. Vamos lá. Ah, meio pra pegar de graça lá, mas é bastante coisa pra fazer. Então... Edu. Foi pra fazer. É que eu vou. Vamos lá. Let it go. Ok. HoYoVerso. Conectando, checando. Aquele download maroto do Honkai, né? Começar. Carregando. As tasks, né? Que as tasks é mais importante. Tá tendo até cristalzinho pra gente. Já vou abrir já. A história de Sumera é boa, viu? Então dá pra brincar na história lá. Bastante, né? Muito interessante. Melhor que na Zuma? É melhor que na Zuma. A história de Sumera. Gatinho. Aí, login de 7 dias. Eu abri caminho. E foi cristalzinho. Já vai abrir antes de eu abrir a live. Que bom. Aí, tchan. Vou tentar pegar aí, tchan. Vamos. Aqui tem a notificação. Pronto, vamos abrir. Honkai. Impact. Vamos ver se vai entrar aí. Gatinha. Gatinha, fofinha. Vamos lá. As coisinhas. Aniversário da Kianinha esses dias, né? Barrinha, né? Ei, gatinha. O melhor personagem do Honkai é a Férias. Gatinha. Disparadamente. Vamos lá. Eu não peguei ainda, né? Está. Buganigi, não acabou. Onigiri, né? Acabou. É tudo na loja, aquela passada marota. Basicamente tudo, né? Quase completando aqui para pegar alguma coisa aqui, né? Entendeu? Achei que a Etian ia vir aqui para comprar de graça, mas não foi. A Etian não veio para cá, né? Pois a Etian. E a Sushang, a Etian não. Não vai dar pra ir. Tem um cubo aqui, mas eu tenho que ver minha situação. Aqui. Aí, fragmento dia 12 do 12 abre pra poder. Você pega aqui, basicamente já pega ela, né? Yes, yes! I'm playing Honkai Impact now. Chegou atrasado. Atrasado. Nossa. Garotinho. Ok. Ah, ri. Ok, no problem. Aí, tchan, 10 tiros. Ah, tá que baratinho. 10 tiros, gente, vai. Ok. Pecinha da Echan, que beleza. Hein? Já deu, deixa eu ver. Não, não deu. Ok. E aí, Zero? Eu já mudei pro Honkai, agora que o Genshin se foi. Veio o Honkai. Agora vem também, não vim. Crononave. Aí, tchan. 2, eita, nós, hein? Beleza, hein? Já vai subir de nível o DK. Já, nossa. Aí, tchan, já vai deixar de ser A, já vai virar S, hein? E beleza, hein? Aí, ó. É bom que não gastou muito cristal ali, já. Agora dá pra economizar bem, agora. Aí, ó, né? Na nave. Aí, tchan. Mas dá pra pegar aqui das coisas aqui, ó. Chique. A arminha já é mais complicado, né? 79 tiros do Genshin é o Zero. Aí sim, agora tá dando prêmio agora. Agora o Genshin virou mãe Joana ali. Olha lá, até a... Olha lá. Aí. O Genshin tá dando tiro pra Dedéu agora, hein, pessoal, hein? Hein? Aí sim, gente. Tá ela aí. Aí, Hyperion. Naves. Quase lá, é preguiça de farmar. Não, mas tá dando tiro de graça, 200 tiros, mano. Que isso? Não tenho preguiça. CS. Aí, tchan. Vamos upar ela? Vamos subir o poder da nossa garota aqui. A vozinha da mecânica, né? Que interessante. O chakram dela ali que tem que forjar na arma, né? Pegamos, gente, tá aí. Porque não gastou muito cristal, né? Eu tentaria a arma agora, tentaria? Vou pensar no seu caso. Eu quero da Mei, ô Decato, querendo a espada da Mei, né? Esperando ela voltar. Esperando aquela arminha da Mei. Tem objetivo na espada da Mei ali. Ah, tá tentando farmar lá no lugar de game? Aí sim, ô Zero, manda bala aí. Tem o evento lá também no Genshin, né? Mas esse aí também nem fiz. Eu quero. O objetivo meu aqui no Honkai é pegar a espada da Mei agora. Harsher, né? Harsher. Tanta quest, tanta missão que fiquei de saco cheio, é verdade. O Zero. Bastante coisa, né? Opa, ó. Mas tá aí, ó. Pegar uma garotinha. Dá pra forjar essa arma aqui. Bela aqui. Equipamento. O base é o base. O base é o base, né? A arma dela é só no super, não tem jeito. TGA, The Games Award. TCG, Trend Card Game. É, então, né? Pra você ver, né? Pra tu ver, meu filho. Nossa, aqui é muita coisa, né? É, sai com 30, né? Mas olha só. 30 tentativas. É, 30 até que dá, né? Mas acho que vai sair estigmas. Eu não sei não, hein? Eu dava, viu, Decato? Eu dava, viu? 30 vai gastar, né? Ah, tá. Podia, né? Eu nem vejo os estigmas. Ah, os estigmas é uma minazinha de fogo, né? É, tudo funciona só com o equipamento dela mesmo. Sinergia com a coisinha aqui, que eu esqueci o nome. E a Fuka, né? Preciso de 50 tiros ainda pra garantir a Raiden. Caramba! É, tá no 50 não, né? Teoricamente. Ó, tem umas sobranos aqui, isso é bom, né? Mais feio o Zero, que eu acho que consegue. Não tem isso não. Aí, gente. Honkaizinho. Aí, tchan. $8.320 gemas para garantir a raid. Olá, boa noite, Fortnite Lhama. Bora jogar, que jogo? Vamos lá. Acabei de sair de Genshin, tá louco? Só pensa... que coisa! Caramba! Acabei de sair do Genshin, que triste. Lhama, Fortnite, né? Sacanagem. Pô, quando... que triste. É que também a live já tá quase terminando o Fortnite Lhama. Geralmente faz 2 horas só, é que eu fecho ela jogando um pouco o Honkai aqui. A gente conseguiu uma personagem, né? Mas tá certo. Que coisa, mas não tava jogando, ninguém apareceu. Mas eu larguei Genshin mais tarde, quase 11 horas. Ai, ai. Tá bom, obrigadão por aparecer aí. Só deixar a bicha palha aqui. O Zero tá ainda? Quanto você tem de gema, Zero? Como é que tá? Não, você falou de tiro, né? Tem que saber a quantidade certa, na verdade. Já falou aí já, né? Tá com 50 tiros ainda. Não, preciso de 50 tiros, né? Tá certo. Você nem tá... Chega a parte da noite e fica doido aqui. Ai, ai. Sono? Nossa, sono. Bastante, pra falar a verdade. Essas horas é tenso. Depois a gente mexe aqui, só pra deixar upado a bichinha aqui. Ai, ai. Barrinho. 51 tiros ainda, né? Tá certo. Ah, vai, né? Vamos lá, né? Vamos com fé. Vamos na fé, meu filho. Vamos na fé que vai, né? Pronto, acabou, gente. Acabou? Não, só a arminha que eu vejo que eu faço depois, senão demora muito. Aí, tchan. Tô na nave. Ninguém não quer comprar nada não, Honkai, tá louco? Fala, Jussama! Alô, muitas magias! Ó, vai que só apareceu, aí sim, hein? Caramba! Vamos aí, meu filho. Aí, quem quiser pegar a Hershoff Hunter de graça, tá aparecendo aqui. Tem que fazer as missões, obviamente. Um monte de missão. Que coisa. Tá aí, gente. Valeuzão por aparecer na live aí. Dá aquela passadinha marota. Já começou o evento? Ah, da Raiden já. Da Raiden já começou. Vamos voltar lá, o Zero. A Raiden já. O evento da Raiden já tá correndo. Vai até 12 de janeiro. Ah, nossa, tem bastante tempo, hein? Mas é sempre. Tarda, mas não falha. Isso mesmo, Ju. Obrigadão por aparecer aí. Tudo pra você voltar no Genshin. Não, cara, não vou voltar hoje não dá. Aí, ó. Evento da Raiden. Hearth of Thunder, dezembro dia 8, vai até janeiro dia 12. Temos as missões pra fazer, obviamente, né? Não, do Honkai é longa, é normal do Honkai, viu, o Zero? É normal, tá? É normal. Ah, tem missão que só vai acabar justamente dia 19 do 12. Tem missão que vai terminar tarde. Eles não abrem toda uma vez hora só também, pode ver, ó. Abre só dia 26 do 12, depois do Natal, abre só dia 2 do 1, então tem tudo isso aqui. Primeira missãozinha, logar, obviamente, né? Cadê? Aqui, ó. Primeira missão, logar. A segunda é fazer a parte do evento que tem ali agora. Inclusive, Tem que continuar fazendo, novamente. Assim que possível, isso. Então tem até dia 12 pra fazer as coisinhas aí, né? Aqui eu travei ontem a minha, só vai abrir daqui a 5 dias, então ainda não tem nada pra fazer. Tem 32 dias o evento, ok. Então, pra quem quer pegar a MEI, tá aí, ó. Chance agora. Agora é a hora. Fazendo todas as missõezinhas aí, hein? Já passou, agora a gente vai dar aquela jogadinha marota? Vamos. Deixa eu só ver os equipamentos dos meninos. Tem cristal aqui, gente. Aí, ó. Viu? Cristal escondido aqui. Tem um ovinho, personagem. Mesmo. É bom dar uma olhadinha de vez em quando aparecem uns negócios extra. Vamos lá, agora sim, né? Gameplay, né? Konsennin já enrolou demais aqui. Fazer as tasks, obviamente. É importante. Sempre, né? E pegou pecinha de todo personagem aqui. Então vamos que vamos, né? Fazer da porrada. Vamos lá, um pouquinho de gameplay agora. Então, o pessoalzinho que estava jogando Honkaizinho, a MEI já está disponível ali para tentar pegar ela. Tá jogando Genshin, que coisa, agora o pessoal do Genshin chegou. Então acho que é que eu também comecei mais cedo a live hoje, né? Deu para começar, né? Por isso acho que vocês estão estranhando. MEI, ih, Alex volta, até a Alexa volta, até invoca o Alex até. Ele vê Honkai, ele aparece. Barrinha. O Alex tá de olho ali, ele viu que é Honkai, ele aparece. Barrinha. Aí, meu filho, brigadão por aparecer de novo, hein? Tem que sempre agradecer, realmente, né? Tava aberto, tá jogando outra coisa. Aí sim, valeuzão, hein? Tá vendo tudo, tá só na moita, né? Que o pessoal fala, né? Valeuzão por estar aí. 18 dias para o seu aniversário? Aí sim, parabéns, olha lá, os irmãos. Beleza. Que dia que vai ser, Zio? Quando aí dá parabéns na live, tá? Certinho? Eu sou ruim de conta, tá? 18 dias. Isso aí, meu filho. A pergunta, o que você estava jogando, Alex? Dia 28, que beleza. Dia 28? Dia quarta-feira, hein? Beleza. Aí, meu filho. Vamos lá, fazer as taskzinhas. A gente tenta fazer 2 horas de live e não consegue, né? Barrinha, né? Abismo Honkai, aí sim, beleza. A gente sempre planeja 2 horas e as 2 horas só ficam pra faltar. Foi. Agora. Queda dos fogos, né? Com aquele fogo, né? Nem vou arriscar fazer. Vamos lá. Lá, gente. Isso aí. Caiu. Tem que garantir os cristais, né, Alex? Pra poder pegar lá as paradinhas, né? Vem pra cá. Aí sim, que beleza. Valeuzão. Aí, meus filhos. Bum, vamos voltar. Só esperando de sair a 3, hein? Que beleza, hein? Vai ser top. Isso, aí, meu filho. Vamos lá. Vamos. Ah, baúzinho. Pegar baú. Baúzito. A gente gosta de chamar. Pegar baúzito. Vamos lá. Vamos fechar a live hoje, como sempre.
Yokai.
Vocês por aí, fiquem aí, né? Fiquem aí, né? Ah não, chefe, deixa eu pegar o baúzinho. Ah não, é assim. Baúzinho. Pera aí, vou só fazer a lição aqui só. Eu já vou ler o que você escreveu. Já vou ler o que você escreveu. Aí, o que é? Quando eu vejo ela, eu mostro minha conquista da luta. Aí sim, viu? Que até fechar a Ichan vai demorar, tá certo. Então beleza. Vamos lá. Um caizinho todo semana um pouquinho. Não. Não deu. Nossa. Mais pessoalzinho pra você agora. Aí sim. Bom, vamos aí, né, gente? Que beleza, hein? Faz um recursinho, né? Pegando bastante pegando. Olha aí que legal, velho. Isso aqui foi mais. Aí sim. Será que no final do ano vamos ter o anúncio da Odisseia 3, que nem foi ano passado? Vamos esperar, né? Foi bem nessa época agora que a Mihoyo anunciou, né? O trailer, né? Da Odisseia 2, né? Ó, desvei bem. Que beleza, hein? Que eu consigo até que manda bem nesse gameplay. Gameplay feia só lá no Honkai normal. Protagonista ser a Brônia? Mais Brônia, meu filho. Chega de Brônia. Chega de Brônia. Não vai ser a Sally. Confia. Rolou. A Sallyzinha, confia. Bem, tem uma golinha, né, gente? Calma. Não acabou a live ainda. Dá pra nós programar um pouquinho. Ou duas Grizel. Caramba, mano. Grizel demais, velho. Dose dupla. Grizel. Aí outra. Aí, muito bom. Vai completar ela desse jeito. Deixar essa. Ai. Nada bom, nada bom. Finalzinho não deu bem. Não deu bom, não deu bom. É assim de negócio, né? Vamos lá? Vamos fechar a livezinha de hoje. Já cansei de ser iludido. Isso aí. Meu filho. Vamos lá. Um pouquinho. Cara, eu não gostava do 1, agora eu curti um pra caramba. Não gostava dessa Odisseia 1 aqui agora. Agora é show. Mas, fechar aqui. Oh, caiu. Os bichos. Eles aqui, beleza. Ah! Vai embora! É verdade. Aí sim. Ô louco, matou o bicho. Ah, que beleza, hein? Que beleza, hein? O Kaizinho. Kaizinho, seu mundo aberto. Não pegou. Okay. Vai só. Aí, beleza. Ah, sozinho, sex. É, que então você nem joga bem até, cara, né? Pra falar a verdade. Ó. Quem me bateu? Da hora essa entrada da Mei, né? Deixa eu ver. Xingava a parte de um? Xingava. Nossa, não gostava mesmo, cara. Essa é a verdade. Essa não tem nem como eu negar. Ai, ai. E essa é a pura verdade. A parte 1 era ruim. Era ruim, agora não é mais. Agora não é mais. Agora quero a parte 3 agora. Caramba. Agora queremos a parte 3, meus filhos. Pode vir, parte 3. É que isso aqui é diferente do jogo do Honkai normal, né? Isso que é legal. Isso que eu acho que ele tem pouco personagem, né? Verdade. É. Aí pra rir. Devia ter mais hominho aqui. Vou pegar cristal. Então. Ó. Morre, meu filho. Que vamos. As 2 horas que a gente promete sempre vai fica longe de ser 2 horas. Né? 2 horas de live. Aí, que beleza, hein? Bom? Não, não. Aqui. Não. Ainda nem tempo de cantar a musiquinha. Specific Monstro. Vamos que vamos. Justamente aqui. Né? Verdade, né? Oh. Esse combo aéreo da... Sabe? Verdade, como é que elas ficam adultas, né? Verdade. Só a Tereza acho que não cresce, né? Oh, aí sim, só tá... Porradona da... Nossa. Carolina. Acabou? Acabou, gente. Que pena. Verdade. É. Bastante, Alex. Bastante. Isso é inegável. Até a Brônia tem, né? Que coisa, né? Brônia mal petitio. É isso aí. Certo, gente. Acabou, né? Chega por hoje. Ah, tá com sono lá, viu? A gatinha tá com sono. Até a gatinha tá com sono. Certo? Chega por hoje. Então, semana que vem a gente volta, na sexta. Com um Kaizinho. Sabadão, né? A gente volta com o Genshinzinho. Eu joguei Genshin, o pessoal começou a aparecer, não tem importância. Mas é isso aí, gente. Obrigadão, Alex, o DK. O Zero One tava aí. Quem passou na live, deu olá aí também. Semana que vem nós volta. Valeuzão. Fui. Boa noite. E até.